going to be that one guy, that one friend who's like always invited out to parties. Like nobody really wants him to be there. You know, they're like, oh, well, he is going to bring like
the
loads
best
of alcohol.
He brings the best beers.
He brings the best beers. He's going to bring some whores as well. So like, you know, we've got to invite him.
Gorilla Red has just reminded me of a fantastic story with regards to like D&D, where there was someone who made an intelligent bear with extremely high bluff such that he could bluff speaking actual English and being not a bear. And it was so successful that he managed to eventually get knighted as part of the campaign and became Sir Bearington.
Nice.
And then finally, years later, he's at he's like hosting a party at his mansion. And he's got his one cohort who actually has like speak with animals all the time on him. And there's a guest who miraculously makes his like check and realizes that he's bluffing and is in fact a bear.
Wow.
Of course, no one else is able to like see through his ruse, so the guy gets shown out of the party looking absolutely crazy as the butler's just like, very terribly sorry, Sir Bearington. He'll have this done right away. Growl.
It's like Wilfred. That show of Elijah Woods.
Yeah, basically.
I can't remember.
Oh
what
my
it's
god!
actually
I
called.
typed in Sir Bearington. The first thing comes up is his character sheet.
Yep. That actually happened. That was actually a thing.
That is fantastic. Classic story of Sir Bearington. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. If you want to find it, guys, just search literally Sir Bearington. It is literally all that comes up.
I need to read it. I do need to read it.
Classic story of Sir Barrington brought across from Reddit.
We will give a read at the end of the campaign.
Oh yeah, definitely. I will definitely recount that tale in detail.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, right. So I shout to those two, to one of them to just try and find a guard or someone of official nature, just to see if we can get any kind of help with this stuff. It kind of helps everyone really getting rid of this thing. Yeah. While he does that, Victor is still looking down the tunnel, just trying, and he's also taking careful note of the ground he's standing on.
Right.
While I figure out some.
Right. I've come up with a new plan for the party.
Oh?
I'm going to use my leadership to see if I can expand my kind of network, and basing off of their great relationship with Baldric, Baldric's great relationship with me, see if I can make some good friends and acquaintances who I can use to kind of expand my network and kind of get my connections out there. So, yeah.
Okay, make a diplomacy check and we'll see you in the morning.
Brilliant.
What I'm entertained by the fact at the moment is that you're having a business conversation, like a business trip sort of thing here, and I've got battle music going on.
What? Are you saying that a good business trip doesn't involve battle music?
Oh,
no, but it should do.
Yes!
Stop stealing my good fortune.
I've been waiting for this for so long. Oh.
Okay.
God.
Okay. So what's everyone else up to tonight?
How is everybody?
So how you all doing tonight? Thank you for coming back. Thank you.
Victor is still trying. So I'll roll another spot, see if I can see anything.
Okay.
Am I able to spot? Am I able to dictate two things to spot? So the ground to make sure nothing's happening, and
Yeah. You can look at any number of things you like, really.
sweet. Okay. 12. Actually, evil as well. While I'm
Okay.
as well.
She is better than you, anyways.
I
think-
does she? No,
I think so.
No, I have +9.
Oh, I'm thinking of listen, I think.
Yeah, she is better. I have absolute god awful listen. 19 for Eve.
Okay. And what is it you're spotting?
Well, the ground. One, to make sure the ground isn't caving in under me like last time, and the second, just to see what I can see down the tunnel generally.
Okay, well, staring down the tunnel, you notice that it's sustained quite a bit of damage. You can also find what appears to be part of an arrow that has been broken in half.
Okay.
And you are definitely on solid ground.
Wait, so hang on. The arrow is. Where's the arrow? Sorry, down the tunnel.
Yeah, it's slightly down the tunnel, kind of embedded in between some bricks on the left-hand side.
Right. Realizing I can't really see that much, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set another one of my arrows on that. I'm going to fire it down the tunnel as far as I can.
Okay, well, the light of the arrow travels quite plainly until it hits one of the janitor staff,
Poor guys.
and immediately is extinguished by his sliminess.
Oh. Kind of feel sorry for these guys now.
It doesn't kill him in one hit, thankfully, but you...
I'd laugh if it did. I would be so...
It turns out that gelatinous cubes are actually flammable.
That would be amazing.
Would do wonders for your lighting.
You pretty much...
Also, considering that Amayudra's hair is still coated in it.
What's this? What's going on?
Nothing,
That's
nothing.
all, Amiodra.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Dragon, I think your next trick now is when you come out of the sewers, you know those flaming arrows?
Mhm.
Shoot it at the party.
Oh, because that doesn't scream terror attack at all.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to do that.
Are you saying that the slime is flammable?
No, we wish it
No,
was, though.
no. We're just suggesting it very humorously.
That could be quite funny. Maybe that's how I got my like inspiring leadership like thing, right?
Because your hair is on fire.
To set my hair up. I don't even notice it.
This is-
And I
whoa, dude.
inspire.
It's
And
like
then
it's
people-
like finding a heavy in TF2 with the Bunsen burner like helmet thing. You give immediate respect.
Yeah. I command their attention and I deliver a rousing speech. Whilst my hair's still on fire. And then Baldric just comes up behind and like pats it out a little bit. And, thank you, Baldric.
Come on, give us a Baldric voice. We haven't heard one yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's alright, Master. Wait, no, he's really pissed, isn't he? Let me tell you a joke, right?
Oh, boy.
There once was the end. Thank you.
This was the end of life.
Not gonna lie, I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Really.
But that's
Okay.
it. That's it. You see, it becomes a whole philosophical debate, and all the
Okay, so
intellectuals and
yes,
stuff.
you can't see the worm from what you managed to see before the arrow hit the janitor. So, what next? The rest of the tunnel is in more or less the same state of disrepair as a consequence of its travel. But beyond that,
Yeah, he really. He's trying to think. He wants to get it, but he doesn't want. He'd be. Full,
he's not suicidal.
No, it'd be a fool's errand to go in there. So he's thinking about doing the same thing, but he doesn't have any more meat. Thinking he's gonna head back up with Eve to the. Would I be able to have her see if she can smell any meat like around? I don't know if that would be a bit too much.
In the sewer, it's not going to be effective.
No, not in the sewer, on street level.
Yeah, you could try it. I don't believe she has scent, but we can check.
She does.
Okay, then yeah, she can use track basically for that.
Okay, so would she roll? She rolled survival for that, didn't she?
Sense can... No. Okay, track. Here we go. A creature with the track feat and the scent ability, but unfortunately I don't believe... Nope, she does have it. Okay. So, that means you can make a track check using a wisdom check
Okay.
to find or follow a track.
Her wisdom is 12.
So that's a +0.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go up there and I'll see, I don't know how I would, but I'd ask her to try and find, I guess, the meat. 7, no.
Okay, she doesn't manage to pick it up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head in, into the tavern again. Am I able to get in?
Yes.
Right, can I see, like...
The boom seems to have made people rather cheerful, even if they don't necessarily realize that the creature is still alive. So people are returning to the streets in curiosity. There's a fairly substantial fervor, and the bar is in high spirits.
Okay, very confused. He's gonna try and
Not dampen the mood.
No, he's gonna try and not cause an unrest because it's not really gonna help him. He's gonna go. Is the bartender there in the same sort of spirit?
Yes, he's very cheerful now, and he's pouring out a lot of booze to a lot of very welcoming customers.
Alright, so I'm gonna sort of shove my way to the front as much as possible. And I'm assuming, does he recognize me?
Yes,
Same.
yes. He is already, in fact, pouring you out a pint of ale.
I push that away and get as close to him as possible, and he sort of whisper as quiet as possible. He's not actually dead. I'm gonna need some meat. I need to do it again. Have you got any mutton or anything like that? He's not actually dead.
Okay, as you say that like first sentence, you notice distinctly that not only has the bartender's face basically inverted in expression,
Control R.
but he actually has like completely lost all color. In fact, if someone was to see it now, they might assume that he was undead. He stops
Paladin, smack
for a
him.
moment, and then hastily begins declaring that the bar is closed, that they're closing early for the night in celebratory spirits, and shoos every living creature out of that bar before locking the door firmly behind you.
I wait behind me. So is he chucked me outside as well?
Yes.
The prick. Bastard. Am I not able to stop him? Like,
Right, no.
from chucking me out?
Just run around the bar as
He's a
much as
dwarf.
possible.
I'm pretty sure I can.
Dwarves have like a low center of mass. They have very sturdy footing.
Right.
Yeah, but can I sort of? Can I? What's the word? Resist in any way for him pushing me out?
By the time you realize this has happened, the door is already getting clicked shut.
Can I make a suggestion? Run around the bar, the worm will come and attack it. That'll put him in his place.
Hang on. Has it been locked?
Yes.
Can I use my chime?
You're going to blast the door open.
My chime. Is that how? I don't actually know how this works. How do they work? The chime of opening.
That's basically it. Basically, like, it uses sound waves to basically shatter the lock.
Fine, I'll do it. It doesn't have uses, does it? I can just use it.
Let me see. Chime of opening. Dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. Nope, it does not appear to have any usage on it.
Great. Okay, so what? Just for roleplay purposes, what does this look like?
It's a small, hollow, mithril tube about a foot long. When you strike it, like a tuning fork, it creates a magical resonating sound that causes doors, locks, lids, valves, and all sorts to open.
Okay, so I'll.
It also works against bars, shackles, chains, bolts, and such.
Sweet. Okay.
Which might come in handy if Baldur gets any more drunk.
So I'll use my chimes of opening then to shatter the door and just walk in.
Okay, so you strike it upon the cobblestone floor and point it dead square at the lock, which promptly opens up as though you've pointed a sonic screwdriver at it. You then calmly open the door and close it behind you. The bartender, though apparently packing for a holiday, takes immediate notice of this and drops some papers that he had in his hand.
It says, "Look, friend, that was very rude, but this is a dire situation. I need some more stuff to get rid of this thing. I'm going to do it. You're not. In fact, when in the middle of saying this, he just goes to the back to where he could make the best guess at where any form of storage would be.
Could you make a spot check for me, just quickly?
I will. Eve as well.
Rolling 1d20, sniff meat.
Pretty much. And then her... 17 and 8.
Okay, well, you notice that as a consequence of the sound waves, your chime is slightly cracked from the tip.
Okay.
There's a very small crack at the top.
When you use a chime, did it almost like a dog whistle for Baldric? And he kind of like perked up and he was like, huh?
It really is more like a sonic screwdriver.
Okay, so he takes note of that and promises himself not to use it so vagrantly. Puts that away anyway and heads... anyway, as I said, he heads on over to where the best guess to where a storage room would be.
Well, there is a trap door behind the counter where you saw the bartender go before to retrieve the barrel of hooch.
Okay, well, I head on down there then.
It is also locked. Naturally.
Of course. Can I look over and see if he's still there?
He is long gone.
Bastard.
Just as you turn your head, you see the back door swing shut.
He takes note to hate him a bit more later. I tell you,
He suddenly turns up at the party, but I'm like, hey!
I've been doing a lot of research. So is it what else? I know what I want to do. Is it what's everyone else doing?
Yes. Odo, what are you up to?
Up until this point, I have been standing with Tari aimlessly.
Right.
No, we've been heading up into the town to find any kind of help in the form of guards.
Oh, that was it. Sorry.
So, should we do we need to do like spot checks?
Spot checks. Yeah. See if there's anything. See.
A search check would be more likely.
So, okay.
Oh,
Search. What's my search?
oh, small.
Yeah.
There you
Flying estimates that you'd need to be roughly level 8 for a party of 4 to stand a decent chance of actually killing the worm without cheats, quote unquote.
Well, does a exploding barrel count as cheats?
It counts as being creative. Creativity often does quite a bit in like D&D games.
I imagine an explosive from the inside would do a bit more damage than an arrow.
You see, if I was there, I'd just summon like flying eagles a few times and have you attach exploding barrels.
You are
to them,
not
just,
Gandalf, and that was not even easy for him.
I just summon like eagles. Like you could attach the kegs onto them, set a fuse, and I could just fly them down his throat.
One does not
Yeah.
simply dive bomb a purple worm.
Why not?
Because for one
Just
thing,
like-
you can't summon giant eagles.
Well, like I can.
You can
No.
summon celestial eagles.
Yeah.
You
they're
can
3
summon
foot.
eagles that have been very dutiful in their church practices.
They're 3 foot, man.
That's the size of a regular eagle.
No, like 3 foot long with a 7-foot
How
wingspan.
big do you think normal eagles are?
Like
They're big.
foot and a half.
You're talking about
Nah.
pigeons, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eagles are huge.
I've never seen
Eagles.
an eagle, to be honest. Like so.
No, they're pretty huge.
Being
yeah.
English, yes.
About a pigeon is a foot long, probably.
Okay. Well, then I'd.
Summon
That's-
pigeons.
Perfect for a Cityscape campaign.
I was thinking I could always just summon a fiendish shark and like ride it. You know, like in the water. Like
The
just.
shark would appreciate the
At this
waters,
point-
but sure.
Oh, okay. Giant bees. I'd summon 5 foot giant bees, right? Okay, and then you could attach the things to them. It's fine.
A suicide
would've
bombers,
worked.
they're used to it.
Yeah, exactly. It would have worked. I mean, like, I'm not there anyway, so it doesn't matter. But
Oh god. Right. Well, anyway, your searches.
Yes. Unfortunately, you are unable to rouse any members of the city guard.
Mm.
What can I roll on this?
Quite possibly, you managed to find a couple of them, but they're currently holding back some slightly more alarmed members of the public and trying to corral people who are being a little bit exuberant.
What could we use to? I don't have charisma.
Sure you do. You should have
Hold
some
on.
kind of charisma score, let me see.
Can't see it anywhere.
Your charisma is 14.
Oh, there it is. I just see it. I was thinking, I don't know if charisma or diplomacy would help.
If you have any ranks in diplomacy, it'll help. And you have a plus 12 diplomacy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Use
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna use diplomacy. So. Uh. D20. And it was plus 12, wasn't it?
Yep. 1d20 plus 12. 31.
Yay!
So, So consequently, what is exactly what are you trying to do with the diplomacy?
Trying to explain to the guards that we need their help as much as there's panic going on up here. Everyone else is kind of in danger, so it would help if they came.
Okay, well, you managed to explain the situation to the guards, as well as the fact that the worm isn't actually dead. And the guards that you're talking to aren't like members of authority, but they do manage to pass the message along to their higher authority peers, and very quickly the city guard manages to start blockading off the waterway and such, and the people are being evacuated from the surrounding areas.
Right, okay.
You can assume that they trust the word of a small paladin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust the word of her.
But paladins are meant to be honest and,
I just
goody
meant you.
two-shoes.
To be fair, you're not lying.
Yeah,
No, it's me.
I'm not...
The worm's not dead, and we do need some help.
Yeah.
It's true. It is true.
Are they sending any guards to help, or are they just focused on
They
everyone?
don't even have the slightest clue what they would need to help with.
We just need
Like they don't exactly like have siege weaponry on hand. They don't have ballistae that they can point down the sewer
okay.
exits.
Right.
That's a shit place, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't generally tend to need ballistae to keep the peace in
Well,
this
what-
city.
What sort of...
There aren't generally monsters at all.
Right,
What
it's
sort
settled,
of
guys. We
weapons
just
do they
need to build a nuke.
Right, I will use my knowledge.
Knowledge, nuclear physics.
Yep.
I've got an 8 in profession or something.
No, you are not Robert Oppenheimer. You do not get to invent the bomb.
Can I make a nuke? It's a nature version of the nuke.
Yeah, it's a nature bomb.
Because I've got knowledge nature.
I've
The
also got
unfortunate thing
knowledge
is,
arcana, so we could,
the unfortunate thing is, you would
together.
not be the first party I've DM'd that have tried to generate some kind of nuclear device.
Well, I've got knowledge arcana, so we could, fuse our knowledge together. A collaboration of our minds.
I guess we come back to Victus.
Right.
Victus, are you topside? or are you
He's
still-
topside. He's in the bar.
Right, okay.
You notice that there's nobody else in the bar, but you can hear fidgeting about behind the counter.
Right, okay. So we shout for Victus.
Hearing this, I just pop my head up over by the counter. Yeah, what? Oh, Tarry, do you manage to get anybody?
We haven't managed to get any guards, as they don't know what to do, but they've managed to evacuate the area, so it's safer for everyone else.
He's Victor's sizes. So the great city's idea is to run. Fantastic.
Pretty much.
That's right. Okay. Noticing. I assume you have your sword with you.
Yeah.
Right. Noticing it's just. Actually, could you come over here a second? And basically, yes, if you can. I need this lock off. Can you smash it or something?
Yep.
You just asked the paladin to break and enter into a bar's supply.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I'm
more
kind
likely
of.
to do it.
He has no idea of. He doesn't know about magic or paladin. He doesn't know about religion. He's
Right.
no idea that this is.
I can refuse to do this.
I think you
by
probably have to.
writ, you almost have to.
Yeah, I refuse to do this. But I will turn a blind eye if someone else were to do it.
Stand aside, I'll do it. Happily.
A little bit confused because, as I said, he has no idea. Okay, well, if you want to turn around and look at the wall,
Sort of I'm just going sort of a situation of my longsword is feeling really heavy at my hip. I'm just going to leave it on this bar whilst I go outside and advise the city guard. I may be gone for several minutes. I will not be able to hear anything happening in this bar, so I hope you don't cause any trouble.
That is pretty much what he wanted to say. That's pretty much. So to role play, basically, yes. Well, if you want to go outside and help the peace, but accidentally leave your sword behind,
Oh,
Yeah, it is kind of getting a little heavy. It seems to be dragging on the floor, so
It does look heavy.
Yeah, I'll just leave it on the bar here and head outside and help the guards.
Make sure to keep a close eye on it because, you know, it's a very potent weapon that could be used to break many things.
Okay,
including your face if it goes missing.
as she heads out, I just asked Odo, look, okay, if you grab that, I need to get this open.
Alright, so Odo grabs the sword and heads on over to the lock. And what would I have to roll to this?
I'm going to say lockpick.
It's a really big lockpick.
Open lock is what you want. Logically, I would actually have to ask you to roll strength, but for purposes of comedy, we'll say open lock.
Okay, if this fails, then we'll roll strength and I'll roll to help him with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can also imagine that this must look like a scene from Indiana Jones, bearing in mind that keen longsword glows like a torch. So you've got this huge. Okay, well, after a few moments of the druid just sort of stabbing the long sword at the lock, both of you bathed in light as though you've just opened the briefcase from Pulp Fiction. You realize you're not actually making any progress this way.
Victor's just okay. This isn't going to look. We need to smash it, not take it out on a date and give it a good time. Come on. So I'm going to roll my strength to assist because I'm assuming his strength is higher than mine.
Yeah.
Probably, unless he wants to turn into a bear.
Just.
Oh my god.
And mine is.
At this point, by the way, Eve's just like looking up the dropped beer and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying myself with these rolls now. I feel like
you're just thankful you're not making.
I use my ability score, right? The total on the ability score for this.
Not the total, no. The modifier.
The base.
Modifier, yeah.
On the right.
So you've got your score directly next to that is the base number. Way over to the other side is the modifier.
Aha! Okay. So it's just a modifier, then. Fair enough.
Yes. 1d20 plus 1.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you stab out the lock a few more times, more forcefully this time, and you slightly attempt to sort of shimmy it like a crowbar, before realizing that this is a keen magical longsword, and the paladin that you borrowed it from might not take kindly to it being bent.
If it can be bent this easily, it's not a very good sword.
It's a longsword.
I repeat.
If weight on one side of it was
you
jammed
gotta
into
think about it
something.
like a fulcrum and a leather, right? You know, it's just constant.
I'm not putting my entire weight on this with my foot and bending it. I'm jimmying it basically. Jimmying is just like up and down, up and down, up and down.
Hacks, yes. Nonetheless, you are unsuccessful in using the longsword to open this trapdoor.
So if it is screwed, just come to me with some materials and I'll forge a new one. I'll just use forgery. It'll probably be made out of paper.
Right,
she'll never notice.
Noticing this, I suggest that we use my masterwork scimitar.
That's probably going to be even worse.
Really? I don't mind getting bent though. I don't mind if
Well, a
it bends.
magic weapon is usually a bit more resistant to harm than a non-magical weapon, a masterwork or otherwise.
Fair enough.
As he suggests this, Vijay look, I didn't want to do this, but fine. I'm going to take out my chime and use it again.
Okay. Odo, you see Victus pull out what looks like a small metallic, tube, which he strikes against a nearby object, possibly a piece of his own armor, and then points at the trapdoor, which promptly unlocks.
You couldn't have done that before. Seriously, we spent so long on this, and you couldn't have done that to start with.
Can I look at it and notice, is there another crack?
The crack is getting larger.
He says, look, this is more expensive than anything you are holding. And
I've got a spell for that, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, but you're not being helpful.
Yeah.
You're drinking.
He's not aware of this, and
I'm just trying to rub this in. I'm just like.
He puts it away and opens it up, and if he can, head on
Behind
down.
that door is another locked door.
Oh my god!
The bartender is incredibly security
That one is
conscious.
smaller, locked up.
Just for the chat, because they're a bit confused, it's an item I had called the Chime of Opening. Basically, I can open anything with it.
Yeah, you can open most sealed things, including some doors and whatnot that are sealed by lower level wizards, and other spellcasters than the Chime of Opening itself. It does, however, have a max of 10 uses.
Yeah, hence why I didn't want to use it. But anyway.
Yes, beneath the trapdoor is a set of stairs, and going down you manage to find the main store of the bar, which is laden with all manner of alcohols.
Right, is there any meat?
No, this is a bar.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes you have the bars where they serve mutton and crap like that, so...
This is a medieval bar on the waterfront.
I don't know. I'm checking...
Roll search.
Okay.
What is the ground like in the... I assume is the cellar?
It's mostly a kind of earthen, but it's fairly solid stone, kind of cobbly.
Right, okay. So I was thinking, the fact that that whole cellar is full of alcohol.
Yep.
Luring.
I had the idea.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have another party. I see
big-
how it is.
No,
I'm
a bigger
with the
party.
socialites. I'm with the socialites, and so you're just.
They're going to throw
your own
4th of
fire.
July celebrations in that cellar.
They did have fireworks after all. Right. I did say
Okay,
before.
well-
Do you have any fireworks? Right.
Well-
you know.
Firstly, you managed to find the location of where that original bottle of hooch came from, as noted by the fact that there is a distinct void inside of a large dusty section of the cellar. And otherwise, you managed to find several varieties of ale, a few of which you can't actually read the names of. But you don't manage to find any meat, and you're reasonably certain you can't tell the proof of these beverages without testing them.
Okay. Right, as Mikachi pointed out, what is the state of the floor? Like, is it solid or?
It's solid. You don't see it. It's not going to fall away under itself, but it's not exactly the strongest thing around. It's basically like small bricks on top of dirt. Dirt, clay, or whatever is underneath the place.
Oh, okay. Victor's sort of scurrying around and looking for any kind of meat
Gorilla,
or-
that is inaccurate. I don't know what the exact sword type was, but it wasn't a katana. I don't know how that's come up, but sure.
Assume sword. But yeah, he's scurrying around looking for any kind of morsel that he can find. He's obviously disappointed when he doesn't. He turns to Odo and just mentions, "Look, we got what we need here to do some serious damage, but I have no idea how we're gonna. Either we take him down to the beach. It's gonna take forever.
I suggest we bring him here then.
How do we do that? I mean, we don't have. Is there any
Noise, my friend. Noise.
Noise.
It's attracted, isn't it? Noise.
Is it?
Believe so. Wasn't it?
He doesn't know, but is it? I can't remember.
I'm sure
It's
it was.
meat.
Did you-
It's meat.
Oh, that was for trolls. But I can't remember if I presumed. Have you searched up and it's been? Have you heard around that it's been attracted by meat?
I'm just assuming from the last time when you placed meat down on the ground.
It was attracted by meat, but wasn't it also attracted by the vibrations as well?
Oh wait, no. What was it I rolled to discover that? Was it my handle animal that I rolled for that? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It was knowledge engineering, I think. But you went for just a straight intelligence, I think. By then.
Oh, yeah, but I think I got like a nat 20 on it, didn't I?
Yeah, but you determined that you managed to recall from your readings during the library that it does have tremor sense, which means it can detect vibrations on like through Earth. It can see by vibration.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So when he mentions that, then he says, yeah. Question is when he gets here, how are we gonna like this? Because I do not want to be in the cellar when it happens. Does anybody actually?
I've got some rope.
It's gonna have to be
Use,
hemp
mate.
rope, isn't it? It is definitely hemp rope. Yeah.
While all of this
Right,
discussion is
so-
going on, can I grab as many barrels as possible and put them in the center, or at least all in one group?
The center of the cellar? Or
Well, I'm assuming they're all scattered about. I'm assuming probably
not scattered but organized, yes.
Yeah, like against the walls. Can I sort of, while this is going on, just be putting them in the center, like piling them up in one pile, basically?
Yes, you may. It will take a little bit of time, and that is a new image for Elliot there, I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did he finally do it?
Shall not pass.
Drunk wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you did the Cartman one that I suggested.
No.
Yeah.
Why not? It
No
worked
Cartman
perfectly
for
with what I
you.
did.
Looks better with noise,
It's great.
or
guy.
subtitles at least.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
But okay, it takes you a little while, about half an hour in total, but you managed to get about 15 decent stocked ale barrels just sort of lashed together in the middle of the cellar.
Right. Right, let's have a quick look at my inventory. Right. I don't know how this would work, but are there any what's lighting the area in the tavern?
Just sort of small candles, torches, that kind of thing.
Is there any
Not
kind
much.
of
They aren't lit very well because it was just becoming like nighttime when this whole thing started happening.
is there nothing like oil based?
Nope, there are no oils around. Because that would be something of a hazard here.
No, I didn't mean in here. I was thinking like in the area, like
Just in
public
general.
area, in the public area of the tavern.
No, because then he wouldn't be able to sell his hooch. Safely, at least.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. He's just rattling his head against this. It's just we need a way to light this from a distance, or at least.
You need a fuse. if only you
Gunpowder.
had someone who was capable of hurling magical fire.
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? After a while of trying to think of a way, it's just look, as much as I don't want it, we need that damn wizard. He's the only one who can do this.
I could head off that way because I don't want to be part of anything that happens in the tavern.
Well, I'm outside at the
you
moment.
haven't re-entered the tavern. You haven't re-entered the bar since you left to oversee the city guard.
Yeah.
Can I? Is there any way that I can tell Eve to sort of go over to find Amiudra and sort of basically like drag him over here?
Yes, there is. It's
Oh,
called the fetch command.
Oh, fantastic! Fetch.
Okay,
But I don't
well,
want him. Okay, I'm just going to put this straight as well. I don't want her to like grab his leg and forcibly drag him. He's sort of like tug at his clothing and make it obvious that move over here, sort of thing.
Get your ass here, fool.
So yeah, I'll use fetch then.
Okay, so Eve bounds off out the bar and down like across the bridge and over into the residential district, where she easily manages to avoid the bouncers because she's basically a freaking wolf. And she manages to run straight up to Amiudra and begins barking. The people around him are notably startled by this.
Are they kind of taking it in their stride though? Because I did get a crit on my
No.
leadership. What? Do I have some new friends who have kind of sworn themselves to my service, or
Well, yeah, you don't.
okay? Can I just shoo the dog away while I kind of continue, or is it
You can
like
try, but it won't work.
right? Can I kind of discern what it wants from me, or
It seems to want you to go with it.
fine? I recognise the bitch. Okay. I grab Baldric and I go, come on, Baldric. I'm sorry about this, but we're needed elsewhere. I'm sorry to take our leave, good friends. I hope to see more of you soon. And I start to leave, following Eve, the wolf.
Okay, well, one or two people seem to be dismayed at your leaving. Most of the party is dismayed that Baldric is leaving.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you leave, follow Eve, and end up in the bar,
Right.
where you are, of
Hello.
course, quite happy to be because there's more booze involved.
Hello there. How's it going?
Right. I'm at this point. Yeah,
Long time no see.
I would have come up to obviously tell her to go. So I've just been waiting, and as soon as he comes in, he's like, "You." He points at us like, "You." I don't know what you have been wasting your time doing, but we need to sort this out now. We've got a plan down here, but we need someone who can hurl fire from a distance. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, only you can really do that.
No, I can't.
You're a wizard and you can't hurl fire.
I hurl ice, friend.
He is dismayed at this stereotype not being real.
The mage could light a fuse. Quick, set his beard on fire.
Ice.
Dismayed
but look at what I can do. He closes, he casts open and close on the door repeatedly.
Absolutely mortified by what is happening right now. He laughing. Actually, can I roll an intelligence check quickly just to see if I can remember a certain spell? Not for me to use, but just the knowledge of it.
Yes.
For fun. 10.
What are you trying to exactly recall?
Just to see if I can remember or if I would have had any knowledge of the spell Burning Hands, knowing full well that he has to touch it.
Yes, you are able to recall that.
Okay, so just saying, well, you wouldn't have done a Burning Hands might be useful. He whispers under his hand. Knowing full well he has to be at the explosion when it happens. He says, well, annoyed at this situation. Do you have anything at all which could help us set this stuff on fire from a distance?
I've got rope. That's used.
That's what I suggested, mate.
Hard. Oh, I've got loads of oil as well. Just get the rope, douse it in oil. There we go.
You have oil?
Yes, I've got 5-pint flasks. That's in my backpack.
Okay, that'll work. Great. Okay, hand me them now, quickly.
That's my backpack at the party.
I'm afraid. I'll hand them to you if you agree to not be quite as sour as you've seemed so far about my rather abrupt departure earlier.
Do you know what happened after you left?
I sense a lot of hostility here, and I'd much rather it be behind us. I mean,
look,
I'm giving you oil.
Look, friend, I will gladly spend time with you after this, but at the moment, we have a giant monster attacking this city. And so far, you've done nothing.
No, I've summoned an eagle. Right, okay.
The rest of us have been risking our lives for you.
You summoned an eagle, which you used as a canary. You summoned a celestial eagle, and you used it as bait.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll use the oil. I'll douse some rope in oil and kind of use it as a fuse. There we go.
Okay, so I assume he does that, and then
Yes.
right. Okay, so I'll go back down and lead it to sort of underneath and douse the rest of the things in oil as well, like the barrels in oil, just to make it a bit easier.
Do we have any more barrels or?
There's still a fair few, but there's 50 lashed together.
Can I make a suggestion? You do know that I'm a summoner, right? So my main magicry comes from summoning things. I could always make some suicide bombers. I don't know if that'd appeal, but suicide bombers.
He has no idea of what this term actually means. It's just I don't know what you're speaking about, friend. But look, do you have
flying explosions?
What I was forgot to say that. Do you have anything that can make a loud noise or a loud tremor?
A loud tremor?
If you can summon something that can make a loud tremor.
Well, I've got Baldric here.
We need something specifically that you don't mind dying.
Oh, we've got Baldric. No, I'll see. How's about a giant bombardier beetle? Maybe a monstrous scorpion? Yes, I think a scorpion or a bombardier beetle could do it. Why not?
Would these fit in the cellar?
Would they fit in the cellar?
It's
about 6 foot long.
Yeah, they're at most medium-sized, so yes, if you can fit there, they can.
6 foot long. They'll fit.
Right. He says, okay, well, you may as well, fine, let's try that. It's the best thing we can think of so far.
Okay, sure.
Can I lead
Some-
also just before? Can I lead the rope just outside of the tavern?
Okay.
So the rope is just out there. So I'm assuming. Can I get an estimate on how long it would take with the rope doused in oil to burn all the way down to it?
Probably a few minutes.
A few minutes. Okay.
Oh yeah, by the way, it's a celestial giant bombardier beetle. Just say that.
Of course it is.
Just for flavour, you know.
Um.
Adds that bit of seasoning.
Tell you what, I got a better idea. Realistically, if I had the trapdoor open and there's obviously a lot of oil on the ground where all the barrels are, if I shot a flaming one into that, would I just die?
Define die.
Am I gonna have like no seconds to get out of there?
Trapdoor. You could always just get a lantern, tie a rope around it, like have it lodged into a trapdoor underneath, like so the rope's kind of trapped under it. Then just open and close it really quickly, so it just drops in.
That's basically the same thing.
Well, your one involves you aiming an arrow in there.
Yeah, but I'm shooting the floor which is covered in oil.
Yeah,
I could drop it and it'd still do it.
fair enough.
I just want to know if it's not. I just wanna-
You will have like a round to leave the building. And then probably you'll have to make a reflex saving throw if this thing actually goes like the building sky high.
Okay, well, for comedy effect, I'm willing to do that.
Okay.
I also tell Odo you should probably get out of the cellar.
Right.
Doing that, I turn. And,
Okay, so have I got that? Did I summon that beetle?
run for my life.
And is it there?
You have not.
Right. The beetle.
And
do
you
you
were
still
saying,
want-
Odo?
Hearing that I should turn and go, I turn and I kiss my ass goodbye and run.
Right. Do you still want the beetle, or
Yes, friend.
What good will the beetle do?
Well, it'll make a noise and it'll attract the worm.
They had
You
some
could
really
also-
great songs.
You could
when I-
also command it to knock over the lantern.
I could do.
You haven't
Could I-
mentioned this, have you?
Could I not use one of my spells like charm animals to like just make it calm and my friend?
It's not an animal.
The monstrous worm.
It is an animal.
No, it's not.
Technically.
It is a
Animals
magical
have
beast.
brains,
Ah, fair play.
for one.
It's not even a very
Worms
intelligent magical
really have-
beast, but it's still
yeah.
a magical beast.
Well, I'm just gonna like summon up that giant beetle, tell it to make a lot of noise, and like if it does get swallowed by a massive worm, don't panic. Just try and deal some damage before you die. That's a good boy. That's a good bombardier beetle. If you
Right.
survive, I'll get you lots and lots of dung, and you can build a nice little nest.
While
There you go.
while he's whispering to this beetle, I said, "Look, he needs to make as much noise as possible. He needs to make the ground tremble."
Yeah.
much as
I'm
possible.
saying. Make as much noise as possible. That's a good boy. Now mash. So I'm just gonna like leave.
So while he does that, I'll keep the trapdoor open and I'll do the exact same situation. Oh, what the hell? Oh, Twitch just crashed.
Oh.
Just the chat that crashed.
Slightly less so now.
While I'm leaving, I'm gonna get Baldric to kind of pick up some barrels and bring them outside.
Right.
I've covered them all in oil.
All of them,
All of them.
even the ones that were like in the corner.
Even the ones in the corner.
Everything.
It doesn't matter.
Especially
I'll,
the hooch.
I'll still bring them out anyways.
No,
Because,
you
like,
won't. He will. Victor stops you. He says, "No, we need to kill this thing. You're rich enough to buy one of these taverns."
But I could just summon a celestial giant bee, attach one of these onto it, and then if it does survive, I can just fly them into it. They can blow it up from the inside.
May I make a
Involves them-
suggestion? If
Please.
this worm goes so high up that it goes through the roof, just saying, it is quite long. I could summon lightning and try and
That
shock
could
it to
work.
death.
First sensible other situation. First other sensible. What's the word? Suggestion we've had in a while. Right.
And I could try and message it.
Tari hit him.
Victor thinks about it, but he actually Victor is sort of he's got his I'll imagine he's got his back to him and he's sort of tensing up and he looks down to Eve and just tells him to go and drag him out. So she's gonna go over and like pull on his clothes until he leaves.
Where is Baldric?
Fine. Baldric's just kind of following me along. He's quite pissed. He is heavily
It's
doused.
the most susceptible he's been in years.
I'm kind of worried, but he might try and start a fight with the
He's
worm.
just been quiet, so
He's kind of been, he's kind of been stuttering and staggering about a bit. You know,
okay.
I'm kind of worried about bringing him here, to be honest. Like, if a worm comes up and stays stationary for a bit, I think that he might try and have a go.
Feel free.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Eve keeps tugging on his fancy clothes to try and get him outside.
Oh, fine, jeez.
Anyway, so I'm gonna position myself on like the counter or something, just like perched on the counter and
Ready to drop the lantern or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just
ready to drop the
outside
lantern
now.
or whatever, or flame or whatever it is I'm gonna use. So
Okay.
I'm just outside, making sure that the beetle's causing. That the beetle's causing.
I'm also gonna ready it so that when I start again, actually no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, no, I will ready this actually. So when I start to feel the booms, and then when he comes through, drop it.
Do I need to ready the lightning bolt? Do I need to roll for it because it says 3d6 per bolt?
Cold lightning? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, call lightning. Calls down lightning bolt, 3d6 per bolt from sky.
His spells seem a bit more useful than mine.